Definitely. I think you divide pain into whether it's sort of almost it stops you in your tracks and you can't do anything if you're having an absolutely splitting headache where it has those shooting pains. And then if you're just in discomfort or dull ache, then that's quite different. You can still do your daily tasks, but you don't feel very comfortable with it.
Something uncomfortable that you want to go away and that you can't really function with.
I think it depends on the type of pain. Every pain's really different, so some are much more intense and some are quite slow, some are quite spiky, for want of a better word, but I think it really does change.
Sort of like a sharp object, and there's like a blurry sort of little bit, the edges are a little bit wonky, and then there's like a dizziness, so you'd be like sort of a soft, even like a beanbag.
Headaches tend to be sharp, throbbing pain, backache is kind of more deeper, kind of, intense pain.
Well, it depends. It can be sharp pain or dull, aching pain that goes on forever and ever. It kind of depends.
Yes, I think pain can be so bad that it stops you doing things, and I've certainly been in situations where I've had really, really bad pain and you don't do anything social because it hurts too much.
We're not as happy if you've got pain because it's making life a little bit uncomfortable for you.
Definitely different descriptions for different kinds of pain. I'm thinking of things like, wisdom teeth is like acute pain versus like a general, say hangover pain.
I would be in a bad mood if I was in pain.
If I was walking out on a Friday afternoon and I had a bad headache, I would not be going out.
We get bad-tempered. It's draining. It makes you tired and exhausted. I
don't really like taking painkillers unless it's really extreme and I have to, so it'll only be when it's quite an intense pain. I won't like to take paracetamol for something niggling. I'll just have some water or hope it goes away.
Usually I probably tend to grin and bear it until it gets really, really, really bad. And I would take a painkiller as a last resort.
I found like paracetamol doesn't really work too well with my headaches, and Nurofen does. Well, really ibuprofen.
Aspirins sometimes work better for toothache, I feel, for me. But I think everybody's got their own favourite or what they think works.
Whatever's kind of in the cupboard at the time, but generally, if I was buying a painkiller, I'd take Disprin.
What would be your painkiller of choice?
Anodin Extra for a hangover, and then I have special migraine medicine for migraines.
It's like sort of a newer, fresh brand, I think. It's got sort of almost like a bit of a funkiness attached to it, whereas, to compare it to something like Panadol's sort of the old sort of staple, always been around. I look at Nurofen as sort of a new brand.
Have you ever heard of Nurofen at all?
Yes. It doesn't work for me very well. Sorry, is that what you guys are here for?
And what do you think of it as a brand?
I think it's a good brand, and they have some good products as well, the caplets and other things like that, and it works for a lot of people. I don't find Nurofen as ibuprofen as a painkiller doesn't work very well for me.
I perceive it as stronger than paracetamol for me because I find it more effective than paracetamol. Maybe it works in a different way, and it's more effective for me. I perceive it as working faster and working better, more efficient. But that's my own experience as well.
And would you ever buy a generic ibuprofen, or would you always pick Nurofen?
I don't actually know the difference between them. I just pick Nurofen because it's been recommended to me by other people. So.
Confidence in it working, silver packet. To be honest, I wouldn't even buy ibuprofen generic. I actually prefer it's really weird that the taste of Nurofen has like a sugar coating. Did you do?
I took some Nurofen.
How do you normally deal with pain?
Nurofen seems to work.
And it's just reassuring, and I know it works. And for example, on Saturday I wasn't going to go try something new, and I wasn't going to see if something else might work. I just wanted something that I knew would work.
Myself and most parents will use Calpol and Nurofen. But Calpol is when you go to your GP or your nurse, they'll say give Calpol. So I think parents perceive paracetamol which is in Calpol, as being safer, and it's what's most commonly used. When I think the advice that you're given when your child has a fever, for example, a good way of dealing with it is to alternate Calpol and a Nurofen, because you can give, say, Calpol first, and then before the Calpol wears off, in the next 4 hours you give Nurofen in the middle, so that there's an overlap, so that they never experience too many symptoms of pain or headaches or fever.
I take every drug available.
Because I'm a fan of Nurofen, that's why I give it to her, and I don't have a problem with it.
Normally Nurofen.
If it's some other sort of pain, like say wisdom teeth, I'll move to something with a little more kick, like codeine.
And would you use Nurofen Plus at all? Because that's got codeine in it.
I do use Nurofen Plus, specifically for like wisdom teeth pain, which I had last year. And Nurofen Plus really worked. It was the only thing that really made that pain go away around the jaw.